Oh man, we are 84 days away from a final deadline for the Bitcoin spot ETF. After that, Gary Gensler has nowhere to run Bitcoin, holding up positively. Of course, we had this initial crazy spike manipulation with the rumors which were falsely spreading that the ETF was approved. Of course, it hasn't been approved yet, but you can see that I tweeted out this timeline, which suggests that we are getting closer and closer to many deadlines. We've got the likes of the Grayscale ETF, you've got the ARK, iShares, Bitwise, VanEck, Wisdom Tree, Invesco, Wise, Valkyrie. We can go on and on. These are major institutional players, and many of their second deadlines are looming. And then once you get past the third deadline, you can see that the final deadlines start coming in 2024. First and foremost, Grayscale's final deadline comes in on the 10th of January. That is just 84 days away. That will be then followed up by around the 14th and 15th of March, the likes of iShares, Bitwise, VanEck. So we are really close to getting some clarity on what could be a big movement here for the Bitcoin market. Remember, changes introducing an ETF. Some experts have said this could bring 1 trillion in market cap to crypto, which is currently sitting at 1.1 trillion. I think you could even be underplaying that a little bit there in terms of how much flow of money this Bitcoin spot ETF could be bringing into crypto. We're going to look at the key levels of the charts. I'm going to break down what I'm seeing here in terms of technical analysis and where I think we could be heading. If you guys want to learn TA, you can do so ijaz.uk/TA. If you want to trade any of the moves along with us, ijaz.uk/TG. That's our free Telegram group, but we also have a VIP area where I've just posted a trade which we're taking on an altcoin. Now, as you can see here on the 4-hourly chart, Bitcoin is consolidating, right? After that crazy candle, just ignore this wick here because that was, of course, the manipulation. But since then, we've kind of been holding up okay, right? It's doing all right here around that 28.5 mark. Now, you can see the 4-hourly EMA ribbon is starting to come and intercept us. So do not be surprised to see us kind of meander here to the side, wait for the EMA ribbon to come and give us some support to push us higher here on our next leg to the upside. This is good strength on the 4-hourly EMA ribbon. Remember, we've still got this purple support line as well, which we're managing to hold. Maybe we want to come down and test that purple support line. That will also include a test of the EMA ribbon. You've also got the dotted line horizontal support here at 27.6. So all of this area here gives you a lot of confluence that there's a lot of support here. Will Bitcoin want to dip into there, hold some support before another leg to the upside? So I'm looking out for prices between 27.6 up towards that kind of 28,000 mark as a very important support level for Bitcoin. We do not want to lose that level because then lower price targets come into play. That being said, what are our larger plays, right? The larger play then says, okay, let's look at the daily EMA ribbon. And you can see on the daily EMA ribbon, we had a crazy candlestick on Monday, up 4.9%. But since then, we've had a couple of negative days, right? A couple of red days here. Of course, there's various things geopolitically which are weighing in on the market, which continue to play out. There's a little bit of nervousness in the market, which you can see. That's obviously further exacerbated by the fact that oil has gone up another almost 2% here today. Pre-market in the US is slightly red here. One, because of obviously the macro uncertainty geopolitically, but also the fact that we have earnings seasons as well with Netflix and Tesla set to provide earnings later today. So there's a lot going on in this market, and it's the market's job to decipher what is going on. But hold up, guys, if you're looking to actively trade and you're not in our free Telegram group, ijaz.uk/TG, make sure you're in there. I share free trade alerts plus TA setups of exactly how I trade altcoins and profit successfully. Also, there is a VIP group where you get regular VIP trade alerts with the exact trades I'm taking. So definitely check that out, ijaz.uk/TG. I'll see you on the inside. But right now, one thing I can tell you is that there is not that much fear in the market. I know it feels like there's fear, but when you look at the fear and greed index, you're sat at 50. Bitcoin is holding up pretty strong, 28.3. And this market takes its confidence by looking at the Bitcoin price. Whenever Bitcoin falls, that is a lack of confidence. When you see Bitcoin holding strong at these levels, the market is feeling okay. And I'm telling you that based on the price action. Yes, you will feel scared. Yes, you feel uncertain. But when you're sat here at 28.3, having this price been as low as 15,500, this market is saying, hang on, we're confident. We know there's a bunch of ETF deadlines coming up. and we're feeling positive that things are going to get better. We're going to get closer to that halving. We're going to get closer to that ETF approval. Interest rates are going to eventually pause and then come down. Like, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think the market is starting to show that feeling as well. I mean, also, if you look at this article, it's very interesting. Bitcoin nears 29K as Fidelity ETF amendment bumps bullish sentiment. So what happened here was there was an ETF filing amendment made by Fidelity. So they went in and amended some of the points they made in their filing, in their S1 form. Now, what this seems to illustrate, which is what the market's reading between the lines, is that there must be open communication between the SEC and Fidelity and some of these other spot ETF applicants to be telling them, oh, change this, otherwise we're not going to approve. So otherwise, why would they be changing stuff unless they've got some more data? So they must have heard something from the SEC that, can you improve this? Can you improve this? You've got to give us some more clarity. So straight away here, you can see that asset management giant Fidelity filed an amendment on Tuesday specifying how it will safeguard customers' Bitcoin in custody accounts and disclose risks related to the shaky regulatory environment around cryptocurrencies. Remember, this is Gary Gensler's, point of argument all the time. Oh, it's a shady marketplace. We don't know what's going on. We don't have transparency. So you're seeing that all of these ETF applicants, including the likes of BlackRock, including the likes of Fidelity, are trying to appease the SEC to say, look, we're going to use, one of your registered people. We're going to give you full disclosure. We're going to give you transparency. We're going to work with NASDAQ. They're doing all of this stuff to just appease the SEC to say, look, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just get it approved. So this is a positive to take from this, that there is some sort of communication going on. It's not just what the SEC was doing to Coinbase in terms of not even having a conversation with them. So this is a bit of a positive. Now, if we look at the altcoin landscape, it's still tough out there, right? Altcoins are getting wrecked. I made my video on Phantom yesterday. Make sure you go watch that. Not great news, right? They came out and said, oh, look, the Phantom Foundation employee loses at least $7 million of crypto. They came out with this statement. We are aware of reports indicating a small number of Phantom wallets were compromised earlier today. At this juncture, we can confirm the wallets in question were affected, including approximately 550,000 in Phantom Foundation funds. The significant majority of Phantom Foundation funds, more than 99%, were unaffected and remain secure. So this is where things just get really, really odd, right? Like, and I shared my rant yesterday. That was literally live as and when this data's come out. I've had a chance to mull it over, and I'm still annoyed. There's no two ways about it. Like, you can't have it both ways. If on the one side you're saying this is an employee's MetaMask wallet, a hot wallet, then okay, how is there an employee with $7 million? First of all, that's odd. Second, why is it labeled a Phantom Foundation wallet? It gets me worried from a transparency point of view. If this is the foundation's money, it should be labeled clearly, and if it's changed and it actually belongs to an employee, why is it labeled as such? Secondly, the fact that even a penny was taken in Phantom Foundation funds, let alone $500,000, which I know it's minuscule when they got 30 years of runway. It's not the money point, right? I made this point yesterday. It's not about the money. The multi-chain hack had far bigger consequences in terms of money, but reputationally, I think this could have more of an impact. I even came out and said with the multi-chain hack, look, it's not their fault. It's not their technology. They didn't get hacked. But this is a direct hack on you. This is a direct hack on your wallets. However minuscule it is, it erodes an element of trust, and you have to be able to own that, take it on the chin, and then move on and be better. And I think that's ultimately my feeling, and I think a lot of the community's feeling around Phantom is just be better. You sitting on amazing tech, but everything else around it is just crumbling, and it's not getting better. And that's a worrying sign over the last couple of years, is it's not matured, it's not got better. And when I look at it now and sit there and go, hang on, is this the team and the way we're going to function going into a next bull market? You've got to think about that carefully in terms of how much of an allocation you provide Phantom to when there's many other altcoins that will be looking to run as well. So make sure, like I've always said, even through the bull market as well, you keep a carefully crafted bit of your portfolio for any of these altcoins. Never let any one of these altcoins become, a spouse to you, right? Never marry them. They're just altcoins with low market cap, which you're hoping can do a good return. Keep a small part of your portfolio in any given one of these. That way you're not emotionally tied to a bag. And I see this mistake being made by so many crypto investors, right? They always get emotionally tied to a bag. And there's no need to be doing that. There's no need to have a diversified portfolio, have a number of bets. If a couple of fails, nobody cares. If a Terra Luna wipes out your portfolio, that's okay, right? Because you've got other positions in your portfolio. You're not relying just on that one. So that's my thoughts on Phantom. Make sure you do go watch my video from earlier today to get a deeper view on that. Sitting back at Bitcoin here, waiting for support, right? We're looking okay here on the daily chart. Plenty of room to cool down if we need to. On the weekly chart, again, just want this week to finish here in the green like where we're at now. It's a nice bullish engulfing candle. I would take this. If we could close this week here at 28.4, I'm really happy. That's really nice considering we tested our EMA ribbon, we managed to bounce off of it, and we can start working our way up towards 32,000. That's the major battle now. I don't care whether this goes to 30, 31, because all of those levels, if we curl over, we're back into a bearish pattern again. We have a really big head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder, right head, right shoulder will then end up forming, right? We don't want a head and shoulders pattern. So it's critical that we go and post a higher high above 31.891 to be exact, okay? This cursor, where my cursor is here, we've got to get above that level, and then things really start to get exciting for our next move to the upside. So there you have it, guys. Things are starting to look nice and on the up. Yes, there's uncertainty in the market. Yes, we have geopolitical issues. Yes, we have company earnings. Yes, we still have the worries around interest rates and whether they're going to stay higher for longer. But things are also starting to play in our favor too. We know we're getting closer and closer to a spot ETF. We know there's some communications between SEC and some of these applicants now, which is positive. We know that people like Larry Fink from BlackRock are starting to change the agenda and narrative around how Bitcoin could be a flight to safety. And all of this gives me further confidence to be invested in this once-in-a-lifetime asset class. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to go watch this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.